Listen, listen, we got to discuss playoff basketball right now involving the New York Knicks and the Detroit Pistons. I'm here to tell you, it seems like the Detroit Pistons is trying to pretty much armor themselves here. They're pulling out some tricky tactics to, you know, quell Knicks fans. We all know Knicks fans could get a little crazy and rowdy. You seen what we did, up there in Philly last year. We just took over the building. It seems like Detroit is making sure that does not happen. Ladies and gentlemen, we got breaking news. The Detroit Pistons are pretty much doing some sneaky tactics here and restricting ticket sales to only people in the Detroit area. You understand? So they're not allowing people. I want to give you something that they are showing people that's trying to purchase tickets. It says to better serve local fans. This is what's happening if you don't live in these areas. It says to better serve local fans looking to attend the playoff games at Little Caesars Arena. The Detroit Pistons are restricting ticket sales to customers located in Michigan and certain parts of Ohio, Indiana, and Ontario, Canada, as determined by Pistons and subjects to change. So it says eligibility to purchase tickets for this game is determined by the credit card billing address utilized for the transaction. Orders by customers with a billing address outside the restricted sales area will be canceled without notice, and those customers will receive a refund. So basically, what they're doing is they're not allowing Knicks fans into the building. You understand? And like I said, New York fans, we foul. We would hop on a plane, a bunch of us. Not just one or two. I mean, I'm talking about maybe a nice section of the building. We will just roll up in there and just take over the. But they don't want that. I really think they doing this for some. I think it's idiotic because number one, the Knicks didn't even take over Indiana when they faced the Pacers. You understand? We had Knicks fans in there, but we didn't take the building. Philadelphia is very close to New York. That's right down the block, ladies and gentlemen. So that was nothing for nobody had to hop on a plane to get to Philly. So this is different. You can drive to Detroit, but you still have it's different. It's not close and it's not right there. So I really think this was it was all for nothing in my opinion, but it seems like they trying to pack this building with nothing but Detroit fans. Because let me tell you something. In New York City, ain't no Detroit, they ain't taking over no building in New York. They don't Knicks, we don't have to do stuff like this. You understand? There's no way in God's green earth that Detroit Pistons fans would take over even a small section of the building, just a small sector. You understand? Not even a section, just a little bit of, not even a couple of rows. Yeah, it's not happening. You understand? You're gonna have one or two, three people scattered around. But Knicks fans, that building is gonna be raucous. So I think Detroit they trying to bring the bad boys back. You hear that a lot about the Detroit Pistons. You hear Cade Cunningham talk about what he's trying to do and this, that, and the third. But only time will tell, in my humble opinion, if all of that is going to be successful. I do think that the New York Knicks are going to win this series. Part of me, I think it's going to be a fight, but I don't think it might not be as hard as we all, thinking. It's all up to Karl Anthony Towns. We got star players. We got the better. It's up to the Knicks. What we want to do. You understand? We should overwhelm these guys. I think it's the Knicks got to put out, some pressure. I really do. But this do have a potential to go back and forth, because this is just the way the two teams is set up. These are two gritty basketball teams. The Knicks are pretty much going to be looking somewhat at themselves from a grit, a fight standpoint. They got guys in Detroit like Schroeder, Malik Beasley. You got people out there, Stewart. These guys want to mix it up and make the game ugly and just get all just idiotic, and New York, the Garden, it's just almost like it's perfect for that. But we got to make sure we bring that defense. Tom Thibodeau is on the hot seat. Obviously, Cade Cunningham is rolling in here. That's what everybody is thinking about. We all believe he's going to do this, he's going to do that. We still haven't seen him in the postseason yet. We don't know just yet what he's going to do. We this could be a coming out party. It's New York City. Usually, guys come out and play. But who's to say he's going to be the guy to just show out in New York City and be the next villain? He has the potential, but Knicks, we just got to play defense, man. Number one, who's checking Cade Cunningham? We got to shut them down. We got to keep them off the glass. We got to do everything we have to do. They have guys like Jalen Duren. This guy, to me, he concerns me. You understand? I think this guy is very talented. He's got that aggression. I wish the Knicks could have moved for him. I heard that the Lakers was trying to get Jalen Duren. But I don't know what happened with that or how that transpired. But it is what it is at the end of the day. The Charlotte Hornets, man. We was just discussing them, a second ago. For the people that's just tuning in, make sure y'all go check that out. The Knicks was just there. You understand? Detroit. Look where Detroit was. You understand? Detroit was just in the complete cellars. Exactly where the Charlotte Hornets was. I'm trying to tell you right now, the New York Knicks, they cannot lose to the Detroit Pistons. You understand? It would be just downright horrifying. I don't care what tactics that they trying to pull down there. I don't even know what the arena is, the Little Caesars. Yeah, so I don't know what they trying to do, but the New York Knicks, we got to roll into Detroit and beat them in their building too. Preferably, I believe the Knicks is going to win this series in 5 to 6 games. If the Knicks win both games at home, the series is over in 5. If the Knicks somehow blow game 1, which is that is the Pistons' best game to win. But the Knicks, they can't lose game 1 because then you put all the pressure on the New York Knicks. The Knicks can't handle that. Let me tell you right now, the New York, we're not ready. We're not ready for the Knicks to go down 0-1 and you got game 2 in Madison Square Garden with the season on the line. We are not ready for that. You understand? Because the season will be on the line if the New York Knicks lose game 1. The Knicks had too good of a year. They made all of these moves. You got all of these defenders. You got OG. You got Bridges. You got all of these people. Hart. There's no way in the world Cade Cunningham roll in here and just look like Michael Jordan. The Knicks got to stop this. It's Flight Sports TV. We're going to find out. You already know what it is. We bring more news updates and more. It's Flight Sports. You already know.